Hey dear, welcome to my channel. Hope you love it.
You know what's funny? Last week I thought I had the perfect system. The famous 1% challenge. Every day just a little bit better than the day before. Easy in theory, right? And honestly, I came out swinging. Day 1, I scored 85%. 85? I thought, wow, this is it, I'm unstoppable. But here's the problem with starting so high. There's nowhere to go but down. And sure enough, by day 3, I completely crashed. That's when it hit me. The challenge wasn't just about discipline. It was about sustainability. And the way I was playing it, totally unsustainable. I wasn't failing because I was lazy. I was failing because I set up a system that collapsed the second life got messy. And life always gets messy. So I started thinking, what if instead of chasing perfection every single day, I built myself a baseline? Something steady, something I could actually maintain. Not a flashy, look how good I am on day 1 moment, but a boring, repeatable standard that keeps me moving forward even on the days when I don't feel like showing up. And that's where the new idea came from, the 7-day above 50% challenge. 7 days where the goal isn't to outdo myself, it's just to stay above half. Because if I can prove to myself that I can hold the line for a full week, then I can scale that up into a month and then a year. And that, to me, sounds a whole lot more powerful than just chasing yesterday's high score. So yeah, this week isn't about being perfect. It's about being consistent. It's about building a floor that I can stand on instead of a peak that I can't hold. And if I succeed, I'll walk away with proof that I've built something real. If I fail, well, at least I'll have another story to tell you. Perfectionism, let's break it down. At first, it sounds good, right? Who wouldn't want to do things perfectly? Striving for excellence, high standards, it all sounds productive. But perfectionism is not really about excellence. It is about fear. Fear of mistakes, fear of not being good enough, fear of people seeing your flaws. There is a big difference between doing a good job and obsessing over never messing up. The first one pushes you forward. The second one keeps you stuck. Psychologists describe perfectionism as a cycle. You set impossible standards. You work insanely hard. Then you eventually burn out or slip up. After that, you beat yourself up so much that you quit, or you start the cycle again. Sound familiar? That is exactly what happened to me. I didn't quit because the challenge was too hard. I quit because I couldn't handle not being perfect. And that is the trap most of us fall into, without even noticing. Why is perfectionism so dangerous? Because it doesn't only make you quit small challenges, it slowly takes over your whole life. Think about school, you have an essay due, you want it perfect, so you wait. You delay, you panic the night before, and you submit something you hate. That is perfectionism. At work it's the same. A perfectionist can't delegate. They don't trust others, they take on too much. They get tired, they burn out. Health, same story. Someone eats one slice of pizza. They think the diet is ruined. They quit. They binge, all because it was not perfect. Here is the real danger. Perfectionism hides itself. It looks like ambition. It feels like hard work, but it steals the one thing that creates results: consistency. That is what happened to me. I didn't quit because I was lazy. I quit because I hated being only good enough. And that is the trap. Let's rewind. Day 1 of my challenge, 85%. I felt amazing. Day 2, still strong, but pressure was rising. Day 3, crash, I said to myself, I failed. But then I looked again. Almost everything was above 50%. Only workouts were lower. A few weeks ago, 50% was my best day ever, and now it was my normal. So did I really fail, or did I grow? This is how perfectionism blinds us. It makes us ignore progress. It makes us forget that better than before is still success. If I stay at 50 or 60% for a whole year, I will be way ahead of my old self. But perfectionism tried to make me quit, only because I was not perfect. That was my lesson. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to continue, to show up, to keep going until 1 year later I look back and smile. Perfectionism might look shiny, but it's a slow poison. It convinces us that if we're not flawless, then we're failures. But that's a lie. Real growth is never perfect. It's messy, uneven, and sometimes disappointing. What actually matters is showing up again and again, building a floor you can stand on instead of a peak you can't hold. That's why this new challenge isn't about being perfect. It's about proving I can be consistent, even on the messy days. So if you're watching this and perfectionism has been running your life, let this be your reminder. You don't need perfect. You need progress. You don't need 100% every single day. You just need to keep yourself in the game. Because if you do, 1 year from now, you won't even recognize the person you've become. And honestly, that's the only kind of perfection worth chasing.